Are you listening to yourself? I mean, really, are you listening to yourself? As a strategist, I have the privilege of listening to individuals share their hearts and their plans and their actions in their personal and professional life. And sometimes I just want to simply interrupt the story that someone's telling themselves. As I know, and as you know, what we tell ourselves is often what we believe. You see, if we tell ourselves we can't have that fabulous vacation, guess what? If we say it often enough, we believe it. If we tell ourselves that the day is horrible, then probably the day will be horrible. Just yesterday, I was with someone who had a number of things in a row happen to them. And it was just kind of an awful situation in that things really did roll at her all day long that were not positive. But there's a big difference in saying, gosh, this has been a rotten day. There have been some really tough breaks today versus I'm really rotten. I'm horrible and I just don't know if I can live this life. You know, that perception of what happens to us being us is a big deal. And how we receive that which comes at us and how we respond for responsibility to it is very important too. You know what? We may have absolutely caused what happened to us. We may have done the actions we may have chosen. I just came back from a trip to New York, and during one of the times I went through the expressway, there was just not any cash in my hand. And so they give you a little token, and within 5 days, if you pay that little token, it's like a $5 fee, and you just turn it in for not having cash through the turnpike. But if you forget to do that, you're going to get a bill in the mail, and it's going to cost you $54. They're going to charge you $50 for the administration of having to track you down, mail you an envelope, and send it back. That is absolutely my fault. It happened. I not only had the fault of not having change when I went on the expressway, but I also had the fault of completely forgetting about it while I traveled over 800 miles home. Guess what? Life goes on. I accept the responsibility. I put the check in the mail or put the card in the mail and just called it done. That doesn't make me a horrible person. It doesn't make me anything except irresponsible that one day. You know what? It could be that you were ignorant. I was ignorant that the tollway wouldn't take a debit card. I had no clue that I needed to do that in cash on this small part of that area. Ignorance is something you can get past. Guess what? It's called learning. Next time I go to New Jersey and into New York City, I'll have change in the car. I will learn, I will go past. That does not make me a terrible or bad person. Some of us are telling ourselves that we are a terrible bad person because something in business didn't work out the way we wanted it to. Or maybe the holidays are coming up and you promised yourself last year that you would have a different kind of environment for your holidays this year. It's okay. First of all, if you're telling yourself that you're really disappointed because, then let's talk about the actions that could change that. You know, my house was a ragged mess over the weekend. I was ready to do the Christmas decorations at our house, and I just could not even get with it because the kitchen was sky high, the counters were sky high, we're in the middle of a renovation. You know, I couldn't even walk barefoot through the house without fear of what would hit my feet. But the actions that mattered to get to what my goal was, which was having a peaceful environment with a fire burning to put up the Christmas tree with my family, really involved three things. One, could I load and unload the dishwasher 2 or 3 times in an afternoon? Could I sweep the floor so that my feet could go barefoot safely through the halls? And 3, did I have firewood inside the house so I could build that fire while my husband brought in the Christmas tree? You know, I could have spent all day long spinning on the way that house looked after church. I could have spun on that. I could have gone into a terrible pity party. I could have absolutely lived with regrets today that we didn't get that tree up. But instead, I did the actions that mattered. I did them really imperfectly. The kitchen's still kind of a mess, but it's spread out, put away, much better. Firewood in the box, firewood in the side. My husband was so kind to fill the whole firewood thing for me. We took time to put the tree up. We've enjoyed the twinkling lights. Are all the ornaments on it? Absolutely not right now. But we've made our home a place we want to be. We did the actions that mattered. You know, it's just amazing to me how one action that matter propels you into the next. I love to use the timer. I love to have 15-minute miracles, because if I set the timer either for a work task or for a home task, and I just commit to completely focusing on that, no cell phone, no television, usually some good music that I enjoy for background music. I call it traveling music. In 15 minutes, it's just amazing what I can get done. Actions that matter. You know, we all love to see it finished, completed, but we often forget to tell ourselves the story of just a little bit does it. It's almost like Dippity-Doo from the 60s. Just a little dab will do ya. A little dab of actions that matter, specific tasking towards whatever your life goal is, really gets it down the road. I know for me, one of the actions that matter is I came into my office this morning and my husband had left a love note pinned or, stickied to my screen that said, how about we take time for a walk today? That action that mattered was an encouragement to me, because he knows my goal is to walk every day for 30 minutes minimum, no matter what. You know, the action that he took to say, I affirm you in that goal and I'm going to go with you in that goal, that really encourages me. And that makes me want to get my shoes ready, my socks ready, and everything ready for when he comes home for that walk. What do you need to encourage your goals? What are the actions that matter before the goal? What are the daily actions that matter to prepare you for that goal? And let's remember that we don't need just goals set off in some distant future. We need goals every day that can be met on the very short term, the very short term of the morning or this afternoon or even this 5 minutes. Some people really never allow themselves to celebrate the journey of the path to success. And to me, you can't get the big successes without celebrating the little ones. Let's get together on thinking through, considering the stories we're telling ourselves, and let's change the story until we're living them. Because you know what? The studies show that what we continue to tell ourselves is the experience. What happens to us, as Chuck Swindoll, is only 10% of the experience. How we think and repeat what happened to us to ourselves is 90% of our experience. Personally, I'm ready to change my story and to change my outcome and to live this life that I've been so blessed to be given. How about you? Let's go this journey together. How about it? See you soon.